This is a 2010 J Flight Model 28 BHS here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And we are very familiar with this trailer as we were the selling dealer of it. This is a one owner, no pets kind of situation, just a couple kids. They've had the trailer about 5 years now, enjoyed it immensely, and just decided to update a little bit. They did add, I see, a power tongue jack aftermarket. That's not a standard item, but other than that, everything looks in pretty general factory condition. Looks about the same as it did the day it left here. Just moderate signs of, everyday use and whatnot, but absolutely nothing wrong with this trailer. This is essentially laid out very similar to the ultra popular 26 BH model. However, you're going to pick up a nice little sofa slide that you can see on this side. And I apologize if it's a little windy. I don't use special fancy equipment. I just use a little handheld camera, and sometimes the wind hits the mic a little bit and makes things difficult to hear. I apologize. J Flight is and has been the #1 selling travel trailer in North America since 2005 and counting. They've never lost that title. And in fact, that margin has only grown. There's a lot of reasons for it. Couple things. In this class, 78 inches tall is standard. This is 81 inches tall. And you might think, well, big deal, what's 3 inches mean? It means a lot. It means the difference between hitting your head on a light fixture or having to duck in the shower versus not having to deal with those things. Now, here's the big difference between the 26 and the 28 Jayco Bunkhouse. The walkable floor space in here. You have much wider, more comfortable floor spaces because this sofa is in a slide out. And it's not an ultra big slide, it's just enough. But the fact that it's not a big slide is actually a good thing because that helps keep the weight down. This is only 5,500 pounds dry weight. Very easy to tow. In fact, a lot of SUVs can tow this pretty comfortably. A little bit bigger SUVs. I don't necessarily want a Saturn Vue hooking up to this. I don't want to confuse folks. 6 cubic foot refrigerator and freezer, and you see the gigantic pots and pan storage this has under here. We do have central heating in the floor, central air in the roof, so this will stay comfortable pretty much anytime the campgrounds are open. Naturally, your dinette can fold down anytime you need extra sleeping space, but let me show you one of the things here that helps separate Jayco from pretty much everybody else. If you notice, one, you're sitting on plywood, not press board, not particle board. And you're also sitting on a 1/2 inch sheet of plywood. It's all one piece. This is what they use. They don't use cheap wood anywhere. They only use real wood through their trailers. And it's things like that make these last so much longer, and it's the reason that these trailers maintain such higher resale value. Now you have what I call the Jack and Jill bunk, but I guess it's a single over a double bunk. And this allows the opportunity to add a little extra wardrobe space here for the kids, which is never a bad thing. Now there is storage below this bunk. It is available from the outside. And if you notice, this is going to be a real high traffic area right here. The first spot where the kids are going to step and climb in your bunks, and you notice it looks basically brand new. They really have not put high miles on their primary sitting, sleeping spaces. Everything looks very good. Your fabrics are not all worn down and threaded out. You can see that the backs of the sofa are not like pressed down where a person plopped themselves down in the same spot over and over and over again. Easy central air and heat controls, just like your house. You have one central thermostat that controls everything. Now this is something that for a while people didn't really like, and all of a sudden it kind of caught on, the having the sink outside. And the idea here is that when someone's using the bathroom with, and with kids and adults and everyone here, someone's generally always in the bathroom. It allows you to still have a sink out here to brush teeth and get ready for bed and things like that, so that you don't have a line of people waiting just to get in. And Jayco does give you a nice hardwood medicine cabinet where a lot of folks just give you a mirror. And again, I did mention that in the shower is where you're really going to enjoy all that extra height here. And that's just something that, unless you've owned one of these and used it, you can't even consider. Now, I'm 6'2", but because of the extra height in here, I do not have to duck. You can see that my head clears everything very comfortably. Looking forward here, just kind of a different view. Neat little side note, with a Jayco, your central air vents, you can open and close each vent individually, and they can turn. So if, someone is sitting right here and they don't want the air blowing straight on them, you can avoid that basically. Now your kitchen space, a lot of people say, oh, it's kind of small. It's really no smaller than normal. It's just arranged differently. It's a very space efficient design from a floor plan perspective, but you notice that you still have a pretty good amount of countertop space here. And in fact, these rear corners are excellent for things like blenders and toasters, big objects to get out of the way. And this is griddle country. You know, when you're cooking a big breakfast, you got things going over here, you got the griddle going over here. You can really do a lot of cooking. Now, they use stronger deluxe doors up here in your upper cabinets because this cabinet, someone is going to constantly be opening and closing, because the kids, they don't gently push the cabinet shut. They put their hand here and go whack, just like that. So, that thing is built to last. Stepping up here to Mom and Dad's room up front. Pretty standard setup. You do have full wardrobes on both sides. Jayco does like to give you cabinets above instead of just a shelf, where a lot of manufacturers like to cut that corner. You notice both sides of the bed do have bed stands with power outlets. So if you have a little breathing machine or a fan on an alarm clock or a light, you're all set. You can take care of all that. There is full storage under the bed. Here's how hard it is to access that. One hand lifts it right up and you can get completely to everything, including access to your front pass-through storage. But they do put this handy divider wall here so that if you do have some cargo shift in storage, you won't have your outside stuff mixed with your inside stuff. It really helps cut down on that sort of, cross-contamination, I guess. And this wall right here, that little sticker denotes a backer for a wall-mounted TV. Previous owners did not install one in this coach. That's kind of the long and the short of it. For more information, I wouldn't hesitate to give us a call. This is a very nice piece. I don't expect to last too awful long here in our lot. 800-256-5196. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Thank you, everybody. Happy camping.